Sigma males are often misunderstood, and their unique perspective frequently confuses others. They feel like no one gets them, but that's okay. They're used to it. They continue to power through life with their own set of morals and values, even if it means being alone. Here are 12 annoying experiences you've likely had if you're a Sigma male. 1. People constantly asking if you're okay. Sigma males are usually quite stoic, which can make it difficult for others to read their emotions. This often leads to people constantly asking them if they're okay, even when they're perfectly fine. They feel like people constantly doubt their emotional state and can get quite frustrated. It would be nice if people could just take their word for it when they say they're okay. But that's often not the case. Dealing with this constant questioning can be quite annoying for Sigma males, even though they understand that people are just trying to show concern. Sigmas are frequently told to smile more, even when they're perfectly happy with their current facial expression. People mistakenly assume they're sad when they're just deep in thought. 2. You said something totally obvious, and no one understands. Sigma males have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, but they're not always able to share it with others. This is because people often don't understand them or take them seriously. It's frustrating when you try to share your insights with others, and they just don't get it. Sigma men usually feel like they're talking to a brick wall, especially when it comes to things that they're passionate about. They know they have a lot to offer, but getting others to see it is difficult. This can be quite annoying, especially when they're trying to help someone struggling. Because Sigma males are ahead of the curve, they usually have to dumb down their ideas for others to understand. This can be quite frustrating, but they do it out of necessity. If they don't do this, people will just think they're crazy and won't take them seriously. Sigma men are good at seeing the underlying cause for something or the long-term effect it will have. That means they spot problems other people aren't even aware of. This is why they're misunderstood and considered weird or strange. 3. You look awful in literally every photo. Many Sigma males have absolutely no instinct to smile with a huge, cheesy grin when the camera is turned on them. They think it's okay to just feel happy without a big outward display of happiness. Sometimes their faces remain so flat and expressionless that it can look like they're trying to grimace. This flat face is so natural that it still surprises them when they're told to smile. But then it gets worse when they try, which just makes them look like hostages who were ordered to act happy for the camera. Of course, there are some Sigmas who have mastered the art of faking a smile, but most of them still look pretty awkward in photos. This can be quite annoying, especially when they're trying to take a nice photo with their significant other. 4. Knowing a better way, but absolutely no one believes you. Sigma males often have a piece of information that could substantially improve a situation. They share the information, and no one believes them. And there are no good options. Either you argue like a pushy jerk or let someone's day be ruined by their problem. It's an experience that most Sigmas regularly have. This can be quite frustrating, especially when they know they're right. Sigma males have to deal with a lot of skepticism and doubt, even when trying to help others. People are frequently resistant to change, even when it's for the better. This can be quite annoying for Sigmas who just want to help others improve their lives. 5. Having your personal space invaded without permission. Sigma males value their personal space and alone time more than anything. This is because they're introverts who need time to recharge their batteries. They feel drained after being around people for too long and need some time to themselves. This can be quite frustrating for those who are used to being around extroverts. Sigma men often have to explain to others why they need alone time, which can be quite difficult to get people to understand. They need time to think and reflect on their life, and they can't do that when they're constantly being interrupted. Sigma males often feel like they have to put up a wall to keep people from invading their personal space. They can be seen as rude or antisocial when they're really just trying to protect their energy levels. It's not that Se.x don't enjoy being around people, it's just that they need time to themselves in order to function properly. They hate surprise visitors, or when their routine is interrupted without warning. This is because they like to be in control of their environment and their time. 6. You're always the last to know about things. Sigma males are often out of the loop when it comes to what's going on in the world. This is because they're not interested in small talk or gossip. They would much rather spend their time doing something productive or learning about something new. This can be quite annoying, especially when everyone else seems to know what's going on except for them. Sigma men feel like they're living in their own little world, and that can be quite isolating. However, they don't mind this too much because they know they're not missing out on anything important. Their priorities are simply different from everyone else's, and they don't always care about the same things. Many Sigma males find it amusing when they're the only ones who don't know about some big news event. They just shrug and move on, knowing that there are more important things in life than what's happening in the world. Many Sigmas don't watch TV or read the news because they find it a waste of time. They usually find out about new things through word of mouth or by accident. 7. Being told to relax or cheer up when you already feel great. Sigma males often internalize their emotions, which can make them appear distant or uninterested. However, just because they don't show their emotions on the outside doesn't mean they're not feeling them on the inside. In fact, Sigmas feel things more deeply than others, but they just don't express it in the same way. And because of this, people mistakenly assume that Sigma men are always angry or stressed out. In reality, they are very satisfied with life and don't need to put on a fake smile for others. Their faces look pretty not happy even when they actually feel great. This is because they view emotions as private and generally hold their feelings, even positive ones. They don't see any practical use for acting super cheerful. The things that give them the most pleasure are purpose-driven activities, which other people don't view as fun. They wear a serious expression that others mistake for stress, worry, or pain. 8. You're always the odd one out. Sigma males often feel like they don't fit in with the rest of society. This is because they're quite different from everyone else. They are nonconformists who march to the beat of their own drum. They don't necessarily follow the crowd or conform to societal norms. This can be quite frustrating, especially when others are constantly judging them. Sigma men often feel like they have to defend their choices and actions to others. Being different isn't always bad, and Sigmas embrace their uniqueness. People are satisfied with mediocrity, which can make a Sigma man feel like they're living in the wrong world. This isn't to say that Sigmas are the most intelligent people in the world. However, they do tend to think differently from the average person. They're more independent and introspective, which only adds to their feeling of being misunderstood. They usually find their niche in life and build their own little world around them. This can be quite satisfying and helps them feel less alone in a world that doesn't make sense to them. 9. People often mistake your silence for arrogance. Sigma males are the type of man who doesn't say much. They prefer to listen and observe, which can be mistaken for arrogance. People think that Sigmas are stuck up or think they're better than everyone else. This couldn't be further from the truth. Sigmas just don't feel the need to fill the silence with meaningless chatter. They're perfectly okay listening to others and taking in the information. This quiet nature makes them seem unapproachable, but once you get to know them, they're some of the most down-to-earth people you'll ever meet. They're not stuck up. They just don't see the need to talk for the sake of talking. They hate small talk or making small talk. They would much rather have a deep conversation about something they're passionate about. It's just that people mistake their silence for arrogance. This can be quite frustrating for Sigmas, as they're misjudged by those who don't know them. They may not say much, but when they do speak, it's usually something worth listening to. They are often the voice of reason in a group because they're able to think before they speak. 10. Your head is constantly in the clouds. Sigma males often have their head in the clouds and are always thinking about something. This can be quite annoying for those around them, as they're constantly daydreaming or lost in thought. It's not that Sigmas don't want to be present, it's just that their mind is always racing. They're always thinking about something, whether it's a problem they're trying to solve or a new idea they're working on. This constant thinking can be quite exhausting, but it's also what makes Sigma males so creative and innovative. They're always coming up with new ideas, which can irritate those who just want them to focus on the task at hand. This is also what makes them such great problem solvers. They're always able to see things from a different perspective and come up with innovative solutions. 11. You are often accused of being heartless. Sigma males usually have a tough exterior and can come across as cold or heartless. This is because they're not afraid to speak their mind and tell it like it is. They're not the type of person who sugarcoats things or tries to make others feel better. This can be mistaken for being heartless, but it's really just their honesty. They would rather tell you the truth even if it hurts than lie to you and make you feel good. Sigma men are very direct and can be quite blunt. They don't believe in beating around the bush and will tell you exactly what they think. This can be a good or bad thing, depending on the person. Some people appreciate their honesty, while others find it off-putting. But either way, you can't accuse them of being dishonest. They're always upfront and honest with their intentions. However, if a situation is dire enough, a Sigma's usual reaction will be to retreat into himself and try to find a solution by thinking everything through from the beginning. This can make them appear heartless as they are not emotional creatures, but it is simply how their mind works. 12. You don't need much to be happy. Sigma men often find that they're happiest when they're not surrounded by things. They don't need material possessions or a lot of people in their life to be happy. They are happy doing their own thing and don't need others to entertain them. This can be quite difficult for others to understand. They are the lone wolves of society and are perfectly okay with their own company. They frequently have to explain to others that they're not lonely. They just enjoy their alone time. They often have a minimalistic lifestyle and don't need much to get by. Sigma males love the simplicity and appreciate the little things in life. This is what makes them some of the happiest people you'll ever meet. They never boast about their possessions or try to keep up with the Joneses. That's why you can't tell the difference between a normal Sigma and a rich one, because they don't let their material possessions define them.